Hey guys, welcome back to our third week of Samson. We're so excited that you're joining us for Grace Kids Online. We're going to continue with more about the story of Samson today.
Ooh, all right, guys. All this topic of Samson as God is working out. Last week, we had a race, and I'm kind of mad because Kristen beat me. So this week, I'm going to challenge her to a rematch. So we are headed to Heritage Park right now and see who can be faster this week.
Alrighty guys, we just made it to Heritage Park and we are getting ready to race. So I want you to go ahead and vote at home. Do you think Sydney's gonna win? Sydney fans out there. And who thinks I'm gonna win round 2 this week? Alright, ready? On your marks, get set, go! Alright, who won?
All right, I think you should vote at home. I think it was a tie, but vote at home and let us know who you think won the race.
Alright, so hopefully you guys voted at home who won. Hopefully you picked me because I'm pretty sure it was me. But we are here at the Olathe campus. So this is actually a church.
This doesn't look like a church.
Yeah, I know. I've heard people say that before, but a church isn't about a building.
Then what's it about?
A church is whenever people come together wherever you are. So it could be like in your homes. Maybe you guys are at home, whether you're in a park, maybe you're at a store or school. A church is where people just come together and they praise Jesus, they talk about Jesus, and they get a chance to worship.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So I guess then we are at the Olathe Church. So as I've seen all of the kids do every week, I want everyone to grab their Bibles and we are going to get into our Bible story.
Alrighty, I brought my Bible. Do you guys remember where we are looking today? That's right, we are looking in Judges. We're going to be looking at Judges 16 today, so we're going to go ahead and open to the table of contents. If you guys remember, it is the what book of the Bible? How many? 7. Yeah, so ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's Judges, and we're going to scroll over. If you remember, mine's on 145. Hopefully you guys know where yours is by now. Flip there. I'm getting a little bit faster each time. 145, and we are there. So Judges, and like I said, we're going to be looking at Judges 16. So after this, we got to Judges. Let's go all the way to 16, 9, 12. All right, Judges 16. We have gone through a lot of the Bible. So if you look over here at 13, we started here with talking about the birth of Samson. Then we went over Samson, made a couple of mistakes, right? We heard that Samson liked riddles, and he kind of tricked some people here. And then he started getting revenge on people that made him angry, and we talked about revenge a little bit last week here in Samson 15. So now we're going all the way to Samson, and we're going to be talking about Judges 16.
The story of Samson.
Before Samson was born, his mother was visited by an angel. The angel told her she was going to have a baby. Samson's mom had been barren up until then, so she was excited. And she had Samson. Samson was to be a Nazirite, which means he couldn't cut his hair. He couldn't drink alcohol or touch a dead body. Why would anyone want to touch a dead? God was to give Samson superhuman strength to help save Israel from the Philistines. He would always have this superhuman strength unless his hair was cut. Then he'd be another average Joe or average Sam. Samson did many things that showed just how strong he was, including killing a lion with his bare hands. One time he mowed down 1,000 Philistines with a donkey jawbone. Samson, like all people in the Bible except for Jesus, was not perfect, especially when it came to women. He fell in love with a Philistine woman named Delilah. The Philistine rulers got Delilah to find out the secret to his superhuman strength. At first, Samson would lie to her about what the secret was, but eventually he gave in, and he told her it was his hair. So for a little money, a little silver, Delilah revealed this secret to the Philistines, who promptly cut his hair and captured Samson. But the story doesn't end there.
Wow, Samson made some pretty bad choices.
Yeah, like marrying that woman?
Yeah, she didn't even love God.
I know, but I mean, it teaches us that we need to be careful who we're friends with.
Yeah, and who we can trust with things, right?
I know, especially Samson telling her his deepest secret.
Yeah, I mean, we can't tell everybody everything, and I think it's important who we surround ourselves with.
I know, it's crazy. She just went and told his deepest secret to all of her friends.
I know, like, he said no at the beginning, but then whenever she kept nagging and nagging, then he just, like, caved in and told her.
I know, but if we look in Judges 16, and then you're going to flip to 16:19, and you're going to read and say, Delilah lulled Samson to sleep with his head in her lap, and then she called in a man to shave off the 7 locks of his hair. In this way, she began to bring him down, and his strength left him.
So just like we learned last week, it looks like Samson still had some consequences for his actions, just like he had consequences for the revenge he was trying to get.
Yeah, what was the consequence of telling Delilah his secret?
Well, looks like she ended up cutting off his hair, and then he lost his strength.
He lost all of his strength, all of his superhuman strength that God gave him. He just lost all of it, just because he told a friend a secret that he wasn't supposed to share.
Yeah, that's really important. It reminds me that we need to know who we can trust.
Yeah, but I mean, we all make mistakes. Like, remember last week when you made that really bad mistake?
Oh, no.
I think I have the video on my phone. But basically, Kristen let go of her birthday balloons in the middle of the parking lot. And the consequence for that was we had to go all the way across the street, and they got stuck in a tree. So she had to climb the tree just to get her balloons back.
And then the worst part happened. Oh, no.
What happened?
I jumped out of the tree after I got my balloons, and I ripped my pants.
Her brand new leggings, they just ripped.
Yeah.
So even though her consequence was kind of funny and a little entertaining to watch, it's still a consequence for an action that she made.
Yeah, I had to go buy more pants because I ripped my pants.
That was kind of a funny mistake.
Yeah, it was a little bit silly, but sometimes our mistakes aren't so silly.
Yeah, and I know we make mistakes every single day, but what do we do about it? Because it's all sin, but we have sin inside of us. So is there anything we can do about it?
Yeah, well, whenever we accept Jesus, then we have the Holy Spirit living inside of us, and he helps us to make good choices. Like, God can help us make good choices. But since we're not perfect like God, we are going to mess up sometimes.
But, like, what's the true strength?
True strength, I think, in that moment is being able to take responsibility for our actions and be able to, like we talked about a little bit last week, admit whenever we messed up.
So you mean, like, taking the blame?
Yeah, I think sometimes it's asking God to forgive us and then understanding that we'll have some consequences for our actions too, just like Samson had consequences for his actions.
Yeah, and I think next week there's a little bit more to what's going to happen with Samson. And I think God can even use the consequences that come from our actions to make his plan come true. So I think we should all tune in next week to see what the Lego video has for us. So see you next week, Grace Kids.
I don't see how this is gonna work. Ah, she's at the top.